can't stand it, I can't take it anymore, not anymore. No one said that this would get easy. No one said this wouldn't get hard. Brush it off and roll up your sleeves now. It's a shot in the dark till you get what you want.
Welcome on back to the greatest college football podcast in the world with your favorite host, your wifey's favorite bookie, your girlfriend's favorite gambler. I am the man that's 25, 18, and 1. I am the man who is the king of college football gambling. I am the man whose team is probably the best team on this panel because everybody else's team on this panel is a fucking joke. We're back. We're all the way back. It says it right there. The Big Ten sucks. What's up, everybody? It's week 8. Spike College Football Show. What's going on?
You didn't even put your name. Hi, Johnny.
I don't need my name. I'm famous.
Oh, my God. All right. Well, first of all,
how he's fucking hormonal every time his fucking Notre Dame does well or doesn't do well. Every time he does it, Notre Dame does do well, he's all like Big Ten blows dick. And every time Notre Dame sucks, he's all like Notre Dame blows.
No, see, I'm just a very non-biased college football analyst who happens to like a team. And I just report it right down the middle. I report it how it is. I'm just nothing but integrity. All I am is integrity.
I would like to go on record here and say that
25, 18, and 1. 25, 18, and 1.
Early in the season, someone was all about the Big Ten. Oh, man, the Big Ten actually...
Rob, that's why I'm an integritous person. I call it how I see it. Just like political views, sometimes you got to shift. You can't just stay in one lane. You got to shift. You got to grow as a person. When you grow as a person, you realize your mistakes and you move on and you don't make those mistakes again. I'm not making mistakes again. I'm just telling you how it is. I'm telling you I'm always right. And I can't be wrong if I'm always right. I'm always shifting with the tide.
I always think it's unbridled fear that you think Notre Dame's going to join the Big Ten.
If Notre Dame joins the Big Ten, I'm officially out.
Listen, first of all, no free ads, but at the same time, I hope everybody's enjoying their Monday night. Second of all, I'm going to go and say JC told us so. JC told us so.
Boom. Yeah,
and I am so happy that he did.
While Johnny B was going off on his little whole rampage about how freaking great he is, let's go to the stat line for the show and see who's just kicking ass right now. Thank you. I get 2 points for Miami, and I get my point for Cincinnati. What's up, boys? What's up? Yeah, there you go. Go ahead, throw that up there. That's what I'm talking about.
We're starting this segment of the show real early. So, Johnny, so do you still have the farm, the kids, the national debt? What else did you bet on Clemson? Hold on.
Rob, I'm a guy that likes to learn from his mistakes and move on and not talk about and dwindle in the past. I'm all about the future. Listen, things happened in the past, and they happened. We're just not going to repeat ourselves, and we're going to move forward, and we're going to keep going. If we keep going, we keep growing. Growing is growing. Growing is going. That's what we're going to do. Growing is growing, and going is growing. That's what we're going to do. We're going to move on. We're going to move on from here. We're not going to dwindle and dwell on what happened. It's what's going to happen.
That's the point of the show.
That kind of sounds.
We have to go over what happened. That's like literally the part of the show.
Because I can never be wrong. So
he put the national debt on it. So when you put the national debt on it, you just go don't worry about that.
We just raise the debt ceiling.
Equal a positive, and we just keep raising the debt ceiling anyway. So we might as well just let it ride this week. Just let it ride.
I mean, so what? We're gonna never mind. Let's not jump ahead of ourselves.
All right, let's get into it. Clemson's dead. They're dead. They're dead. They're dead. Pickett is amazing.
Can we also just add that the man whose name is unpronounceable at this point, who's Clemson's quarterback, was trash from the beginning?
DJ Uiagalelei is unbelievably terrible. I'm going to say that nobody really cares about the ACC. Jack Cohn is still the worst quarterback in the
Yes, okay. All
he's
right.
fucking terrible.
That's
We win
integritous,
despite
people.
him. We win despite him. But I'm going to have to say that my hot takes are there's right here, here's Georgia, then it's Ohio State, then it's everybody else behind the Big Ten sucks arrow, okay? Behind it, lower than that. They all suck. Everybody in the country sucks. It's Georgia, Ohio State, everybody else sucks.
Well, I can't argue with that. All right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue with that.
Rob, again, I'm never wrong. Week by week, my takes are always right. Week by week. We're not going to do the whole season, but week by week, I'm always right. The whole season doesn't matter because we grow and we grow. Growing is going is growing.
So I'm just going to throw my hot take in where I'm still doing fantastic here. I'm not so worried. I'm not so worried about. So UTSA is still undefeated. So there's something.
Okay, all my teams are still undefeated except for one. I'm saying.
Well, so actually, I want to do a shout out to the shirt that JC's got on. And what a hell of no, fuck that. Can I block you? Get out of here, Johnny.
Oh yeah,
what a hell of a game! 126 points scored. With
Dude,
a
forget about
offense.
I was gonna say, forget about the fact that they let up 70 points. Army scored 56 points.
Army hit the over by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Incredible.
Yeah, pretty unbelievable.
Yeah, and that was just that, and that's the thing is that the section of this part of the show is we're 8 weeks in, but we had 9 times last week. Like, this is the kind of fucking season we're having right now. Tia, do you want to take that one? The ridiculousness that is Illinois. All my teams happen to fucking win this week, except of course UConn.
Easy.
9 overtimes.
9 overtimes.
And with a quarterback that was hurt for all 9 of them overtimes, apparently, that we learned today. Holy frijoles. It's still like, I like this overtime rule, but at the same time, it was extremely pathetic football.
No, I don't like this overtime rule because when teams from the Big Ten do it, this is what we're going to get. Ineptitude, terribleness, no skill, just terrible, can't play offense. Exactly opposite of Madden football. They can't score.
Well, I think the quarterback from Illinois went 9 for 18 for 38 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Over 9 overtimes in 4 quarters of football.
How do you have 38 yards in 9 overtimes?
Well, here's the even better part is that those two teams together still didn't score as much as Wake Forest, and they had 9 extra overtimes. Like, it's so funny. And on the other side, I think Louisville won. They beat BC, and I think their quarterback had 100 yards passing and 2 picks and no touchdown passes. But don't worry, he had 130 yards rushing and 3 rushing touchdowns. So he ended up positive for the day.
This is why this rule is awesome when, like, Coastal plays Appalachian State and every team can score, or, like, any team plays any team that's not in the Big Ten that can score ever, because that was really hard to watch that. It was really hard to watch a team can't complete a 2.5-yard pass.
Well, it was also hard to watch the Coastal game, but that's for my reasons.
I mean, it was a good game. That was a good game to watch.
Yes, it was a good game. It was just a difficult game to watch the outcome for. So,
well, we knew that was happening when a team pulls out a fucking fake onside kick. Like, I mean, that team always wins. You don't lose when you pull that off.
Poor Tyler, man.
I'm on like an 8-pick losing streak at this point.
Well, it's 7.
No one's quite as streaky as you, bud.
No one is as streaky as Tyler. You are currently at 7.
I guess we can do that now.
I was going to say, are those the latest numbers?
These are the latest numbers.
I think I have 7 wins.
No. You picked Clemson.
You know what's sad? I think a lot of them are fucking Nebraska style by 1 score or less.
Oh, I'm sure. That's just from your fandom, dude. So, Johnny, you were talking all about how you were going to have 8 points next week because you had 2 surefire picks.
Rob, I don't know about math. I just do
upset.
picks.
You went 1-1 this week. You went 1-1.
25-18-1. I'm still the greatest gambler. I'm your wife's favorite gambler. Your fucking girlfriend's favorite bookie. I'm still the greatest gambler. This is fun and cute that we do this. I get it. We're going to do it again here. It's fine. I'll let you guys have your little moment. I'm going to win in the end. I mean,
hey,
I'm going to bet the house that I'm going to win. I'm probably going to not lose ever again. I probably won't ever get a pick wrong the rest of the show this year.
It's. I mean, do you want to put money on it?
Notre Dame again.
Because I'm not biased. I pick it how I see it. Now I really see the board really well. We're halfway into the season. I know everybody. I know every team, and I know who I'm going to bet on and who I'm not.
Well, okay, so there's the thing is that TA's bets last week when we were helping out James, one of our other treasured viewers, all of his picks for his bets were on point. He hit every single one of his picks for betting, but he didn't hit any of his locks or upsets or anything. It's just, meanwhile, I'm not a betting man because I go 0 for ever. And, but both of my picks panned out because my upset hit because Oregon upset UCLA. And I said I'm going to my lock of the week, the team that's going to win the rest of the year because I fucking hate them and I hope they lose, Oklahoma State. So I'm still winning. I don't care. I will take the 8-4 all day, every day. JC's obviously got it, but fuck. Let's see who else I can curse this week. That's what I'm looking at. So anyway.
Should we do our picks now that we're talking about it now? We can do.
Why not?
Yeah. If you wanna do that, that's totally fine with me. I just thought it was a great recap for last week because, dear Lord, just craziness everywhere.
Well, I got another crazy one for you guys this week.
Well, why don't we have you go first then, JC?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll go ahead since I was crazy last week, pulled it out. I'll go ahead and go crazy again this week. So for my lock, I'll go with the kind of easy one. So Wake Forest, even though they just had that run-in with Army, I think they'll handle Duke pretty easy. So Wake over Duke for my lock. And then for my reach this week, I'm going Florida over Georgia.
Jesus.
James, did I not just tell you there's this tears? No.
Listen. Georgia, we've said all along, hands down, the best team in the country. But every dog has his day. And it's going to be against the Gators.
Ain't going to be in this day. It ain't going to be in Jacksonville. And ain't going to be at the world's largest outdoor cocktail party.
You watch. Here we go. Party on.
Goddamn. All right. That is one hell of an upset pick.
Coming out hot. Listen, if we're going to do it, we might as well do it, right?
So
I'm going to earn my 2 points.
Big syndrome right now because he's ahead a little bit.
hey, it happens to all of us, right, Johnny?
No, because I live week by week. That's all I do. I'm 22-15-1, 25-18-1. I'm sorry about that. It was last week's stats. I move on, but it's not a big deal. It's all right, Rob. Go ahead, make your picks.
All right. Well, let's see if TA's back. TA,
we got him back. There he is.
Hi-oh.
Heyo.
I don't know what. My internet shit the bed for a minute there, I guess. I don't know.
It's all right. You want to do your picks? JC is the only one who's gone so far.
What'd he go? I think I heard the Florida over Georgia, but what was his other one?
Wake over Duke.
Fuck. Can somebody else go?
Yeah. Okay. Here's my lock of the week. My lock of the week is that Pittsburgh is going to annihilate Miami. Fucking annihilate. We're not beating them. I'm sorry. It's not. Our freshmen did great. Wonderful. Whatever. We can't beat Pitt in Pittsburgh when we're supposed to beat them by double digits. Now they're double-digit favorites. It's not going to fucking happen. Sorry, Canes fans. This is okay. We got the win this week so that we can get the loss this week and still end up 500. Everything's still according to Manny Diaz's grand plan to still get his ass fired to mediocrity. So it's fine. That's my lock of the week. My upset of the week, I'm going to go for the throat. I'm going to pick the team that is not favored at home in the biggest game of the week. Even though the Big Ten does suck, they're both from the Big Ten. They both suck. Michigan State over Michigan. Let's fucking go.
All right.
It's doable. It's
All
doable.
right.
I'm not picking lines, so
Yeah, you're not going crazy there. That's all right.
no.
All right, I'll go now. Like I said, I'm not going to get a pick wrong, so let's just get this out of the way. My lock is Liberty's going to beat UMass. Easy win for
Just
Johnny.
picking on UMass, man. Just everybody who plays UMass.
Yes, this is my new strategy. It's going great. I haven't lost a lock in a couple of weeks. This is my third time, I think, in a row picking against UMass. And my dog. Where my dog's at? Who? DMX. I'm going down south.
No idea what your pick is.
You going Mississippi State again?
Going down south.
You
They're
can't.
a little down, but they're not out. And listen, just because they're always not that good, they're not going to lose to this team. Give me the burnt orange. Give me Texas over Baylor.
Good pick. Good pick. I actually like that pick.
Okay.
I went a little extra crazy,
Horns up.
but I like that pick.
Horns up.
No, I will throw horns down on this podcast every fucking week, but that's fine.
I can't believe they're not a favorite. I get that Baylor's ranked. Texas isn't losing to Baylor.
Yeah,
That's just not going to happen.
I agree with you.
Just
Texas
like
is never back, but they're always better than Baylor.
Just
That's
like
the
when
lesson.
Wisconsin, just like last week.
You don't have to be back to be.
Just
better.
like last week when Purdue was playing Wisconsin, and they were like Purdue's not going to beat Wisconsin. Baylor's not going to beat Texas.
Illinois is not going to beat Penn State. Oh wait,
No, that can happen. Some things just don't happen. Some things just don't happen.
all right. Well, hey, I'm rooting for you, Johnny. You got to stay above 500.
I'm always a rider. I'm always above 500. I'm going to be 9-5. I'm going to be 25-18-1. This week on units only go up on Friday. I'm probably going to go 6-0 like I usually do. 31-18-1 by the end of it. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic, guys. It's all good.
I mean, you are much better at your bets than you are at picks. That is.
I do
that
my
is
homework. I
gospel.
get deep down in the research. I go really hard into it. I bet. I watch. My eye game is perfect. My live betting is on point. Guys, when the book becomes legal in Florida, I'm not going to need a job.
Well,
I'm just going to sit there. I'm going to sit there. I'm going to gamble the monies. I'm going to win the monies. And then I'm going to just go hang out on the beach with my monies that I win from the college footballs.
Solid.
It's just all plurals. All right, TA, we've held out as long as we can. We want you to get that mojo.
Your boy's gonna get to 42%. It is 3 wins that he desperately needs. My lock is Cincinnati is going to win over the blessed Louisiana team in Tulane.
Solid.
Convincing fashion. And Fresno State's going to upset San Diego State.
Fresno's the dog there. That's a good pick.
That's an interesting.
I'm
I like
going to guarantee Tyler goes 3-0 this week. I'm going to guarantee it. You're getting the Johnny B lock. Guarantee. He's going 3-0. Those are 2 good picks.
that.
So
That's
if
and that's
TA
a fun
doesn't,
game to
then
go
Johnny,
to.
you're paying us, right? I just want to make sure.
Well, I
so
can't
Johnny,
hear you. There's stuff going on. We get it. We understand. Things are going on. It's probably the Russians hacking. It's not a big deal. I can't hear you, though. It's fine.
All right, great picks, TA. I am rooting for you as well. Like I said, the only person, basically, good luck to everyone but JC.
All right,
That's
those are our live picks and dogs. Guys,
Imagine the conversation we're going to have next week if Florida pulls off the win against Georgia. That would turn everything into absolute
Not gonna
chaos for college football.
They will not allow that. That's too much chaos.
If that happens, we're not going to have a show. We're just going to go up to New York and fucking hang out with JC and pull his ass out and be like, all right, who's winning this week, asshole? We're putting all our money on it. Because there's no fucking way multiple weeks in a row you just nail it on the head. I mean, I can't.
Yeah, we'll
I
see.
can't.
Let's discuss what we saw this week in college football, guys. We saw a 9 overtime terrible game from terrible teams in the Big Ten. We saw Manny Diaz probably save his job for another year.
Fuck.
Terrible. Rob, I was talking to my uncle today, it was his birthday yesterday. Big Miami fan.
Happy birthday, Teddy.
Big Miami fan. You guys have – okay, you're in Miami, right? Lake Okeechobee, all the athletes live around Lake Okeechobee.
Yep.
You have like the whitest quarterback who is like so unathletic and just sounds like he's from Connecticut or Massachusetts and went to like a proper school and played lacrosse and goes like this with his hair, you know.
Even though he doesn't have long hair. Yep.
It's just, you guys are terrible at athletic ability.
Well, we have tons of guys who are very athletic. So let me tell you, I had this posted because I thought this was very important. Before the NC State game, they asked Tyler Van Dyke, who is from Glastonbury, Connecticut, and is absolutely everything that your uncle said. I told you about him as a freshman.
I didn't know that.
I told you. Come on. Just because you don't fucking listen to me, that doesn't mean you didn't have that information.
I don't know that.
Anyway, they asked him what was going to happen at NC State during the week, during his third start ever. And he said, I don't think they can stop us. Yeah, they have a great defense. This is quote for quote. What are they, like top something in the country, top whatever? I mean, that doesn't matter. They're still the same guys we played last year. We put 44 points on them last year. They have different types of wrinkle, but we feel really confident.
He's totally from Connecticut.
Oh, yeah. But
He screams Connecticut.
Of course. Of course. But my thing is that they were
Greenwich?
talking him. Glastonbury, different, but not different. What is the Orlovsky? Get the fuck out of here, okay? the other Connecticut quarterback. Anyway, so the point is that he said all that during the week. They were shit talking the fuck out of him during the game. He took 4 sacks and he threw 4 touchdowns, no picks. He came through in a big way. Sometimes
he is not a quarterback, dude.
What do you mean he's not a quarterback? That's all he can do is throw.
Dude,
Yeah.
Okay, he plays for Miami. I'm sorry. You need
Hold on.
swag.
Hold on. Where was Ken Dorsey from?
Ken Dorsey had that locker room. That locker room would have killed for Ken Dorsey.
I get that.
No.
But my point is Ken Dorsey wasn't swag. Our quarterbacks by
Tyler
Testaverde. Oh, you're right. The big Miami guy.
His name is Tyler Van Dyke.
James Kelly. You're going to tell me that is not a good enough?
Van Dyke. It sounds like he's an oil baron from the 1800s, bro. No, he's not your quarterback.
Either that or a huge lesbian.
Yes.
Or both.
Congratulations, Spencer Rattler, new quarterback of Miami next year. Anyway, let's move on from the Miami.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about a guy with swag.
Because nobody really gives a shit about Miami. No offense. Oklahoma. Hey, I watched every single snap of the Oklahoma-Kansas game. Oklahoma's not a good team.
So
Kansas punched them in the face and kept punching them in the face and then kept punching them in the face. The only reason why Kansas lost that was Williams came back pretty much by himself, literally took a ball from somebody to get a first down. They're not very good.
No, so
on a sketchy ass handoff. Let's be clear about that.
God,
but
that was so bad.
if you Johnny B, you're right. When you looked at that game, so we were saying early on in the year that Oklahoma did not look like a good football team,
and they're not.
Like we were saying all along, they did not look good.
I thought Williams would help them.
When Williams came in, like there was a little spark for a couple of games where we were starting to be like, oh well, maybe they got it together. This kind of looking, but dude, Kansas exposed the hell out of Oklahoma.
If you just punch Oklahoma in the face and keep going and outwork them,
yep.
And you have like Kansas has no talent. If you have an inkling of talent, you're going to beat them.
But you have to outwork them, and that's really hard to find in the Big 12.
Right, and that's
really
that's always kind of my take on Oklahoma football going into the playoffs. It's like, we got Oklahoma again. They put up big numbers in the Big 12, and then as soon as they hit a solid defense, it's like, So yeah, like Johnny B said, they got punched in the mouth by Kansas, and they didn't know how to handle it. So yeah, I'm right there with you on that one.
Well, okay, so Johnny, I'm going to ask you this mostly because I know what your answer is going to be.
Yeah,
and this
it
is how
reminds me of the Delhi game that we played. Remember we played Delhi when they were so much more athletic, so much bigger than us, but we came out and for the first 3 quarters beat the living piss out of them, and then they finally just like, all right, kids, we're going to wake up. That's kind of what it's like.
Yeah. Nobody else knows what that means.
Yeah, but I'm saying if we had the same size and athletic ability as they did, we would have blown them out, just like Kansas would have actually probably blown them out of the water.
Right. And that's that's the only thing. Like, if you take a team that'll come in and play with that kind of grit that Kansas did, that has any kind of talent whatsoever, they wiped the floor with Oklahoma. And it's exactly what we were saying at the beginning of the season. There was that little bit that we saw for like 2 weeks. We were like, oh, well, maybe Oklahoma's going to come out.
That second half of the Texas game, and then the game after that against Kansas State or ECU.
But here they are, exactly who we thought they would be. So I don't know, man. I was and I think last week I even put Oklahoma based on what we saw those week and a half. I think I put them in my top 4, but right now it's like, now you're back at like 10 now. Because as soon as you face anybody good, you're gonna fold.
Well, let's talk about the other teams in the top 4 at least right now.
Let's make our own top 4. Can you guys even put 4 teams in?
I don't know.
Well, but okay, Johnny.
I don't think you
can.
About
Cincinnati.
You can't almost lose to Navy, dude.
Well, you've been saying they've been
no.
from day one.
So I agree.
You want to know something though? That does prove something. So when you almost lose your trap game, but you actually win your trap game, which that was a trap game, it means you're a good team. Does it mean you're a great team? No. But it means you're a good team.
But you always have to take like those academy games, and as you call them, trap games, you have to evaluate teams like kind of beyond that. That happens often. Navy, Army, like those academy games, they bite teams. Georgia Tech, you could throw Georgia Tech in there too. That triple option, just to change your pace, that's a whole different – you have to plan. You have to plan totally different. So for 1 week, everything you've been doing all year, you have to switch things up. Your defensive schemes change.
No, I get it. Okay. And that's why I'm saying – that's why I'm giving them credit for winning that game.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't – yes, when you look at the like Navy versus Cincinnati, and you go, oh, well, I don't know. But that happens to everybody, man. So I think I agree with you there. They pulled out the win. So I think they keep charging on.
All right, so who's your guys' top 4? If you could pick your 4 teams, what would they be?
Well, we just named 3 of mine, which was Georgia, Ohio State, and Cincinnati are in that conversation. And then I guess my 4th team right now, I think Alabama's 4th or something like that.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, Oklahoma's
3rd.
Yeah. I don't know. It depends on which rankings you're looking at.
I would go. My 4 would be Georgia, just by my eye test, because my eyes are never wrong. Remember, 25, 18, and 1, never wrong. I would go Georgia, Ohio State, Cincinnati, Alabama, Oregon at 5.
I mean, I don't hate it, but I think that.
And then Notre Dame is right there. I'm sorry, Notre Dame is right there.
Come back next week when it's not.
Hey, it's not my fault that they're learning how to play with 3 quarterbacks.
Well, fucking hell, you can also lose by 17 points to USC either.
What's that?
You can't lose by 17 plus points to USC either.
We won by 17 points.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, that's why you're on a 7-game losing streak.
And we have literally the greatest running back in college football. If you guys haven't seen Kyron Williams run the ball, you're missing the fuck out. He is Alvin Kamara stronger. You should really watch this kid fucking run the ball, guys. I know everybody's on Bijan. I get it. Watch Kyron Williams run the fucking ball, and you'll be like, holy shit, where is this kid from? I'm telling you. And I've always been straight up with Notre Dame. We have the worst quarterback in the country. He's a fucking great running back, and the offensive line is playing unbelievable.
Yeah, Sean Tucker from Syracuse, too.
Yep, I'm sure Syracuse has a running back. Yep.
Pretty damn good one, too.
Probably has a running back, maybe even a quarterback. I don't know.
They're pretty damn good running back.
Too bad they're Dino Babers and the coach.
All right,
I mean, they just don't have anybody else.
We ventured a little off course there.
Well, okay. Is there anybody else that you all would put in the top 4 besides the ones that Johnny's put in? Because honestly,
not really. I mean, right now it's such a toss up. Like I would say the number 4 spot it's an anybody's game. Like if you're inside the top 10 right now, you stand a shot at being number 4.
And you want to
know after this week, like if you win this week.
Listen to these matchups, guys. If there was a 12-team playoff, Georgia would play. No, there'd be the buys. So it would be Ohio State would play Kentucky, Michigan would play Notre Dame, which we'd mop the floor with them. Oregon would play Ole Miss, and Michigan State would play Iowa.
And that'd be a lot of fun football.
Except for Notre Dame would mop the floor with Michigan because the Big Ten sucks. But yeah.
It'd be a close game, Michigan State, Iowa.
Yeah, who wouldn't want to see a 12 overtime 6-3 game?
I mean, my great-grandfather would want to see it, but rest in peace.
Why aren't you running the ball up the middle?
Run that end around.
But this is the perfect year for a 12-team playoff because there is no number 4 team that's solid.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Let's. By the way, you did bring it up again, so I get to throw in there my fun fact of the day. So, as usual, not as usual because we've never actually done it, but what we're supposed to do is we're going to let Johnny take the first crack at this, and then we're going to have everybody guesstimate based off of that. So, I think we'll do it this way. Let's see. The 5th, there are 5 games in FBS history to reach 7 overtimes. The most recent, or one of the most notable ones, was just a few years ago in 2018. So, Johnny, my question to you is, how many points were scored in that game? So, give me the number of points scored in 7 overtimes. It was an SEC matchup.
I know who it was.
And yeah, I'm sure you do. But do you remember the number of points? And can you do that?
It was A&M and LSU.
Right. So what was the total amount of points in that game? Over
72 to 69.
So do you want me to do the math for you? 141?
I'll say 147.
147? All right. Who wants to take the over on that, TA? JC? Who wants to take the under on that?
I want the under.
So,
or you could also say that he's exactly right. That's also fine.
So I'm gonna go under, and then I'm gonna pull out a nice fun fact of my own.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Johnny.
I'm gonna go under. All right.
Okay. So Johnny, it was 74 to 72, which is 1 point off.
Are you fucking serious?
So good.
Nice.
It was 1 point off. I just didn't want to be all like
by 2 unders.
I don't remember if it was 72 to 69. Or that's why I went up a little. I'm like, I think it might have been higher.
I know.
Well, they were both in the 70s while they were done with it. So that's how I knew.
146.
146.
The streak continues. You're incredible, man. All right. So, JC, what's your fun fact?
Well, so I just wanted to give a shout out while I have an opportunity to give a shout out. So it was not 7 overtimes. It was 4 overtimes.
4 overtimes.
And it wasn't 146 points. It was 142 points. But Hartwick College faced off against Utica for a final score of 72 to 70 with a quarterback, Jason Boltis.
Stud.
Very,
Absolute
very
stud.
good, underrated quarterback. This guy, whatever reason, held and may still hold the combine record for bench press for quarterbacks, which beats most linebackers and linemen. It's phenomenal. It's crazy. Guy was a stud.
He played in Canada and he played in Arena.
Played in Arena, won a championship with Jacksonville. Anyway, so I'm just giving shout outs right now. to some guys that I used to play with. No big deal. So it was just a fun little stat. So I appreciate the fun fact. I love it. I just want to shout out a Division III school.
I just think that me and JC should have a SUNY college football moment of the day. Because last week it was Cortland and Ithaca.
So I have a fun idea. Guys. And we've talked about it, but I'm going to put it on the air this week, and maybe we can line it up in the next couple weeks.
Next year we go to Spike College Football in Cortland.
So talking about small schools, okay, and I know we're going to get to our draft for this week, but and our locks and everything else, we already did. So a fun show is going to be, we're going to get Zach Olstad on the show. Zach Olstad was a Division II guy, a fullback, long road, but ended up getting a shot in the NFL with the Buffalo Bills. Okay, I'm giving a little precursor to this. We'll get Zach Olstad on the show. We're going to do Division II locks. What do you guys think? Division II locks, right?
Good try.
Yes. So we can throw a freaking wrench in the whole game, right? So we'll do Division II locks. We'll do a draft based around small schools. All right. So a little fun.
Is he going to be a part of all of it?
Oh yeah. You guys just got to let me know so I can coordinate it with them, and we'll get them on here.
No, we should do, Jay. We should do that the week that they start their playoffs.
That'd be fun because the Division II, Division III playoffs is always a fun time.
And they start, I think, in like 3 weeks.
I'm pretty sure it's 3 weeks.
Yeah. So we'll get in touch with him because he had again, I just read his book. And I don't want to throw too much out there because I give him the opportunity.
I mean, I only know a couple schools in D2. I know Ferris State, and I know
Slippery Rock. Like, come on, there's some good Kutztown's a good one.
Down there in the Yinzas, yeah.
All right, so that'll be fun. That'll be a good one. A little precursor to some shows.
We'll get the
Jay, if you want to line that up, let us know. We'll hook it up.
Yeah, we just got to be, consistent time. Well, you know what I mean? Give him a heads up. But he's down. I already talked to him.
Sweet. I'm in.
What up, Zach? Even though, you play for the Bills and they suck, but that's all right. No big deal.
All right. Spoken like a true Jets fan. All right. So the good news is, Johnny,
that Wilson got hurt. Yes.
All right.
There's no more injuries on this show, but yes.
At least you guys, and you looked better. And never mind. It's fine. We're fine.
Western Kentucky is a better school to get quarterbacks than BYU. Yes.
All right. See, we brought it back to college. All right, Joe. So we have cleared the decks, I think, on everything, which means we have plenty of time to do what may be the greatest or weirdest draft that we've ever done, because honestly, half of us still don't know what the fuck we're doing for it.
I don't know. Last week was pretty great. This is definitely a close one. I think I'm going
from first to worst on this one.
Definitely. Hey, Jay, what did we used to call you during high school football, bud?
Hollywood, wasn't it?
Hollywood was the entire reason why I'm doing this. I don't know why I started thinking. I'm like, we used to call JC Hollywood because this dude would just come out.
So it's funny, man. I think this is going to be a lot of fun.
He's not that in real life. In real life, JC is not flashy. Doesn't wear flashy clothes. Put this man on a football field. What up, Prime Junior?
That's fair.
This will be fun. I think you guys, maybe what we do, Johnny B, is maybe since this is your draft, you go first, I go second.
Yeah, we'll let them catch on.
I think you'll catch on pretty quick. Like,
okay.
Number one overall pick.
Oh, you're already just going into it. Yeah. I thought we were gonna give him a little.
No, fuck
no.
That.
All right. Okay.
Here we go.
So we still have no idea what the fuck we're doing.
If you want to look sweet and you want to make plays, I never personally had it because I didn't need it because I wasn't, whatever. I let my play do the talking. Not a big deal. The best accessory you can have.
I already know it.
Is the Under Armour visor, baby.
I knew
you
it.
are
the
baddest mother trucker on the field with the darkened visor.
Oh, I knew you're
accessory in football.
I knew you were gonna take the visor first pick. I knew you were gonna take it.
Didn't have it because I wasn't that cool. It's fine. Still fuck chicks. Not a big deal. But if I had a visor, you'd be getting more chicks. I'm just saying. Ed Reed.
Double that number. Whatever the number is, double it.
Ed Reed. Jonathan Vilma, the entire Miami
Vic.
defense in the 2000s.
Yep.
Bro,
The visor's a freaking great pick. I had it as my number 1 too, because anybody who rocks it. I mean, I never had a visor either. I never really had a need to rock a visor. But dude,
but like if you wore
want
a
to
visor,
talk about?
Like, if you saw a guy wearing a visor, like,
It's dope.
Dick. He's got
It's
a big
dope.
dick and he hits hard. Might not be the truth,
Dude.
Might
The
not
funniest,
be the truth.
the best, dude. A quarterback that rocks a visor.
Johnny Manziel.
Well,
Saying.
and
Vic.
Boltis rocked the visor too.
Saying.
But dude,
Yeah,
a
but
quarterback
Vic was the
that
first.
rocks a visor is like your linebackers better watch out.
That's called what we call BDE, Rob. Big dick energy.
A visor on a quarterback says, "I don't slide." Like that's just straight up. Like I don't slide.
Truck stick initiated.
So all right. So I'm gonna follow in line. I'm gonna follow in line on this one because I have a ton right here, right? But I'm gonna go with one that I didn't rock either. I couldn't pull it off if I wanted to, nor did I have a need to. Just wasn't a thing. However,
If you do this, I want this one too.
if you saw anybody come on a field
Don't do it.
with a neck roll,
Fucking cowboy collars are awesome.
a neck roll or a cowboy collar,
That was my 1B. It was 1A,
Nope.
1B. If you have the visor and the cowboy collar, you're fucking everybody on the other team's mom. You're that cool.
And had neck problems.
And trouble seeing.
yeah. So straight up, if you wore the visor and had the neck roll, and you're 30 years old now, you're probably barely walking. But
But in high school and college, you were a bad motherfucker.
It's true. It's very true.
Rob, do you get what we're saying now?
I get it, but like I still can't think. You said there are, and I quote, hundreds to choose from. I feel like there are fairly limited amounts of
because if you gotta like expand this out. So remember last week how it was like, okay, this is kind of the finer focus, but you could just take this wherever you want to.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was asking about like coaches' attire on the sidelines and
Yeah.
you could get into some fun stuff here.
Okay.
Those are
Coaches.
definitely the number 1 and number 2 picks.
Oh, hands down. I knew that was going to be the case.
Yeah, well, those are easy. All right. So, TA, are you following any of this shit? I mean, I have some.
I'm picking up what they're pulling down because
Okay.
I'll go next if you don't mind, I guess.
Well, no, that's fine. My thing is that I don't have 2 in a row that I know what I want to pick.
All right. I'll take the gamble. You go ahead then, Rob.
All right. Well, this
I
seems
got 2 of them in mind.
I got you. Well, this seems too easy, but
Rob, there's a number 3 pick here, and you can score big points if you get it right.
Oh, I don't. Okay, I didn't study for the test. Sorry, I didn't do my homework. So, what occurs to me when I played in high school ball, and because we never invested in this shit. You know, my high school team's colors were literally black and white. That was it. Those are our 2 options: black and white.
Wow, you guys are playing the refs, huh?
I mean, pretty much. The refs hated us anyway. So, only when we made our state playoff run did everybody get a set of gloves that everyone wore, matching gloves across the line, basically. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, that's makes a statement. So everybody came out with the same gloves, same helmets, whatever, top to bottom. That made a big difference for people.
Can I have a special shout out here? Because there was a shout out I'd like to make. I didn't really play receiver or anything. But if it was cold or whatever, and I was the backup center, there's one glove. There's one glove that real receivers and real football players use, and they're fucking cutters. And if you didn't have something, you were not a real receiver and you were not a real football player. Fuck all the Under Armour, Nike bullshit. Cutters were the greatest, tackiest glove going.
I was a starting offensive lineman all through high school, and your hands get beat up. So, like, eventually it was like, fuck, I got to get gloves. And once you got gloves, you can go to hell. And that's what I had was cutters.
I mean, that's fair. Well, and for the record, during our playoff run, one of the guys who actually was the starting receiver tore up his gloves while he's playing. So I gave him mine because I actually caught better without them because they weren't cutters. So
Cutters.
the kid, yeah. So I was like, all right, I had no further future. All right, TA, that was my one shot. So it's all you.
And you're a cocksucker because that was gonna be my number one.
I felt like that's the only one I had.
Motherfucker. So I'm gonna go with, if your school was worth a damn and your coaching staff wanted to look good along with your players being good, your team had quarter zips with the team logo on them.
I love
right.
the quarter zip.
I like that on the side. I like that. Okay.
I like that.
Granted, we only rocked them when it was cold weather, but they looked hella good. And then I guess on the back end, since fucking Rob took my other one, I'm going to go football cleats, but not the all-in-one cleat, the ones with the detachable cleats so that you can adapt to whatever turf or field.
The screw-ins.
The screw-ins. Yeah. No,
That's
those
a
were
great
those
pick,
were.
Tyler.
Those,
Tyler,
that's bad.
great
You're right.
pick.
That's absolutely right.
I had the Under Armour screw-ins every single year.
I didn't get them till a junior year.
Especially where we're from,
we knew
right?
we were going to be good.
The field went from fucking mud and yuck to, oh my God, it's icing over. Like, what the fuck? We need to change the fucking cleats.
Like,
We need to switch them out for games. Like I when I got the screw-ins, like you had game cleats, but if you just had screw-ins, you literally swapped them out.
Rob, we didn't go to fucking prep school. I had cleats. That's why we had the screw-ins.
No, what's what I mean is that
my
cleats would get worn out before you even got on the fucking through.
Rob, did you have a fucking pair of cleats for each game?
No.
He was giving his cleats to kids on the way walking out.
Sweet feet. Here we go. No, no, the thing was that after doing summer camp and 2-a-days and all this shit, even before you played the first game, your cleats were worn out, and my parents have to buy new ones because I have to throw the old ones out. So then junior year, I finally figured out, everybody had replaceable cleats. That's why that made sense. So it only took me 3 years to figure
Under
that out.
Armour replaceables, always.
Always. Those were dope. All right. So, okay.
There's so many more that we need to say. Like, if they don't get
I know.
If they don't get picked, we're doing honorable mentions, and I have so many.
But yeah.
Okay, I'll go with this one. So this is weird, but the helmet itself, right? The visor, obviously really fucking cool. But again, junior year, when we actually realized we'd be good at fucking football, we went away from the old, I don't even know, the shoot or whatever, the full dome, and we got Revolution helmets.
The Revolution helmet. Okay.
And that was a fucking game changer. And we were like,
you were your different cleats for each game and your Revos. Good for you.
Yeah, because we knew we were going to win states, which we did senior year. They had to get us ready, get us into the winning mindset.
Solid.
But yeah, that all happened, like I said, when I was 16, 17. So freshman year, you got the old ass shit from the 80s and enjoy it. So we didn't
even have girdles until we went to fucking varsity.
I know.
I mean, well, we had girdles. Nobody fucking wore them.
Old school. Here's a belt. Wear underneath your underwear.
Oh yeah. No, that's what we had to.
We didn't have I didn't have a girdle till my fucking sophomore year.
So,
all right.
So I would love to continue down the way of we were a poor little school that didn't have nothing. So when we finally got something, it was a big deal.
Our big deal was getting girdles so we could put our pads in.
T is next.
No, he's not.
No?
No, he did it.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I thought I went fourth. Go ahead. So I'm gonna keep pushing in the direction that I was going, and then maybe I'll come back to this other stuff. So when I think about a football team really looking good, and that look good come from the start of the day, not the football field, not what I'm wearing on the football field.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about dressing up in suits on the bus. Tie, good jacket, okay, looking sharp. You woke up, you cleaned yourself up. The first thing you did was just square away every little detail about your presence. You got on that bus, you were focused, not swagged out in a tracksuit, not, I'm feeling loose. No, you were focused. When you got off that bus, you were looking good. That set the tone. I'm going dressed in suits on the bus for my second pick.
I like it.
It's a good one. Now, I'm just going to keep exposing myself. So because they made us dress up for Catholic school, we always wore ties every fucking day. And the only time we didn't have to wear a tie for a school function was on the bus going to and from the fucking football game. So that was why we went the exact opposite, because we were like, we're showing up from a fucking Catholic school. Everybody's expecting that shit. So we did not do that. But I agree. The guys that did, that came to our place and got off and stuff, I was like, all right.
The presence is always better. Even just like if I'm watching College Game Day and I watch a team get off a bus in suits, I'm like, okay, all right, they're ready to play. When I see them come off in the tracksuits, I'm like, nah.
Scrubs.
Scrub. You know what I mean? Like, I get it for a player. Like, that kind of feels good. You're feeling loose. Like, I got my nice tracksuit on. But now, when you really want to get yourself right, you put on a suit.
Got it. All right, Johnny. So yeah, apologize for fucking up the order. Johnny, you got back-to-backs.
There's so many picks here.
We're sticking with three. So,
I mean, bro, come on. When you think about looking good, you got your helmet off, you're sweating, you just want a big game. Cousin, if you don't have the eye black dripping down your face after you had a 3-sack performance, like, did you even play? Like, you need the eye black, the John 3:16, whatever you want to write. I don't give a fuck. You can do JC's favorite player, John Randall. When he was a kid, he had he didn't do it, but he was a Vikings fan. Had the eye black, looking like a
big
fucking
old eye
Viking.
black.
I mean, you got to have eye black. You have to have eye black.
I like the pick. It's a good one.
We did Falcons because that was our insignia. So we did Falcons under our.
Yeah,
well,
I like
everybody.
so I didn't do that, but that's fine.
Well, by the end of the game, it all ran anyway. But before the game, you already had your fucking war paint on. I agree with that.
I love that. Now we were a poor school, you know, had to fend for ourselves. Me and JC playing back in early 2000s, high school. What came out then? Motherfucker, it's cold. But it's hot.
Buddy, I knew
it's
it.
Hot.
It's
hot in the summer.
You son of a bitch.
It's hot in the summer, but it's
you
motherfucker.
son of a bitch.
When we go play championship games at Deet Stadium and it's negative fucking 10 degrees with a wind chill, you need that hot gear in the summer and you need that cool gear in the winter. Give me the invention of Under Armour, making you look so fresh and skin tight. And guess what? They can't hold you on it because they can't grab it because it's skin tight. Give me Under Armour for the win.
That's a solid pick. That's kind of where I was going with my next pick. Damn.
Especially us, Jay, because we had white jerseys and blue jerseys, so we had the red. Everybody had the red Under Armour. Cousin, let me tell you, cousin. It looked so good. And did it really do that much in the winter? I don't know.
I actually do know it kind of did because, like, when come state championship game is middle of November, like, we're like approaching the week of Thanksgiving, and it was like 20 degrees, and I got the ingenuity beforehand to go buy myself a cheap ass Under Armour bit from Walmart. Well, after game
Under Armour was cheap too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, freaking come, go through game time warm-ups, I'm sweating my balls off, and I'm just like, I changed to my short arm. I had long arm one.
I was just gonna say that because not our coldest game, but one of our coldest games was our homecoming game where JC won a big town hero, whatever. I had the long sleeve. It was snowing. I had the long sleeve during war. I'm like, fuck this. I mean, I'm a hardo, obviously. I've always been a hardo, even though I'm not really a hardo. Fuck this. Take that off. Put the hot gear on underneath. Had the cutoff. And besides, when you rip the pads off and you have the cutoffs after a hot game, cousin, even if you're not cut, it makes you look cut.
Yeah.
So it's awesome.
That is true.
Like also,
it makes you look skinnier than you are. It makes you look good. I love Under Armour. Give me Under Armour.
My adrenaline was at 10 because that was also played at Memorial where freaking the Huskers play. So
pretty badass.
I was jacked.
That's pretty bad.
That is very badass. We
were
didn't
the
even get to play at
visiting
UConn
team,
Stadium.
though, which sucked.
Aw.
We were in the shitty locker room. We didn't go through the tunnel like Omaha North did.
Did you beat them?
Yeah.
No, then fuck them. Yeah,
Ring
no,
them up.
yeah, I got my ring too. Well, we didn't even get to play. We didn't get to play at UConn Stadium. Like we rated so low in the thing. I fucking can't remember where we played, but it was first week of December.
Our big thing was going to Kingston, where they actually had a friendlies.
Yeah,
that's where we got the play.
And a turf field, a sort of turf field.
We had a kind of sort. We actually had to wear like sneakers because it was kind of sort of turf, but not really turf.
Yeah,
it was like the oldest style of turf like ever invented.
It was like what they put on the Astrodome.
Good Lord.
Oof.
All right, JC,
yeah. AstroTurf, fuck that. Okay.
All right. So you guys have done pretty damn good. You pulled out all the stops here. So I'm down to a coach's attire pick or a uniform style in general pick.
I know where you're going with that. Go with that.
Don't pick a tie for coaches. Just as long as you don't pick a tie for coaches, I still have PTSD from that. Please don't do that.
This did not happen for us until after Johnny B and I left the school. It was something we wanted. It didn't work out. It worked out okay for us because it was a good combination. But when you can take your uniform top and bottom and match them, right? Mm-hmm. So we had white pants. That's all we had. Just had white pants.
Yeah.
It looked sexy as fuck with white on white.
White on white, we look good, cousin.
White on blue is just okay, all right. But when you can match the pants up and
because we always wore red socks.
Yeah, college football has come. You know, college football. Like now that I say this, like most people that watch college football today, it's not even you don't even think about it. These uniforms are fucking off the chain the way they match these things up. But back in the day, when you can pull that off, when you could pull that top and bottom matchup, man,
wow, you saw our colors, the blue.
Yeah.
If we had the blue, right after we left, they had the blue on blue with the high red socks. Bro, come on, come on.
So
you're so America.
That's a great pick, and I can answer that with what we did, which was we always had white. And we were black and white. So why does it matter, right? Because
if you did black on black, that shit would have been.
Senior year, they roll out the black pants for us just for home games. They said you don't get to wear these on the road. You only wear these for home games. And everyone in the student section blacked out as well.
Nice.
And our student section was the black hole. And we won so many games at home before they even kicked off because the other team was like, fuck this, we're out.
That's the truth.
We're out. We're not even here anymore.
And that right there is why this segment matters. Because when you look good, that can play a big...
Just like in Little Giants, intimidation.
90% mental, 40% physical.
90% mental and 20% physical.
Yep. God. All right. Well,
hell yeah.
Absolutely. 100%. So my pick is the only one that I wish I had that I did not have as a player, that I never had an opportunity to because I just didn't know any better. So we got to play on some turf fields when we were going through it. Especially the further we went down towards New Haven, the fields got more turfy, ground up tires, all that shit. Like, it wasn't AstroTurf. Yeah. It was fine. The black shit. So I never got to play on it till senior year, and I didn't know any better. And all those guys showed up with the fucking, skin tight on their arms up to here, their legs all the way down to their ankles. And I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you people? The first time I go to make a tackle and I go and I hit with my elbow, I still have the scarring from it. And I was like, oh shit, no one now it looks good, but also super duper fucking important to have that for those turf games. I wish I had known that.
Mayapack was the worst, Jay.
No.
That was a bad field. Bad field.
Yeah, that was East Haven, I think, was the one that you could literally see the fucking stockyards where they got the tires from, like,
And
right over.
Again, this is a millennial podcast, so we are millennials. So remember, if you're watching this and you're like, "What the fuck?" Listen, Under Armour just came out. The black shirts just came out. We didn't have the full uniforms yet with the colors. Oregon was just becoming a thing. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it happened when we were in college, so we missed the train. But yeah, that was like, if I had that in college, I would have worn that shit every game because it looked good. But also, just in case, because we never knew what the field was before we showed up, they didn't fucking tell you anything before you got off the bus. And we're like, oh yeah, by the way, did you bring your extra cleats, like the shorter ones, the studs, because this isn't a real grass field? Oh, good to know. Thanks. So anyway, there's my last pick. TA.
Now, on that, like, I never rock this personally because I hardly ever hit the ground. But anytime,
humble brag.
anytime, like, the running backs would have this, and anytime because we played on a variety of fields, like a lot of them were turf, but don't get me wrong, we have occasional 2 or 3 of them would be grass. But anytime they played turf, they always rocked these pads that would prevent turf burn. And along with how they would often lock them down is they'd have like a wristband or like a sweatband on there that would lock that up. And I just thought that was like the sickest look ever.
Tough as hell. Yeah.
Let me tell you something right now. Connolly wore fucking wrists and sweatbands better than anybody else could.
I've seen pictures. JC. He's not wrong.
Now, listen, I want to get into some honorable mentions. Visors for coaches. Love me visors.
That was my alternate.
I know it was. Visors for our high school coach, visors.
If you can pull off the visor, it takes a certain
Other honorable mentions: the quarterback pouch when it's cold.
Yep, I thought that's where you guys were going.
Also, if you're a real OG offensive lineman, you had these stored in places we don't want to talk about. When it's motherfucking cold out, I didn't wear gloves because I just never wore. You had the little hand warmies in unspeakable places in your body, and you had them. You brought them out during timeouts.
No,
you're saying those count as part of the uniform. They work amazing. Well, you should have because they were.
If you played in cold weather and you were a skill position, you had the actual hand warmer around your waist.
We did not. Only the quarterback got that because we're super wealthy. They didn't give a shit. It was only the quarterbacks. The rest of you fucking suck it up. Yeah. Catch with your bare hands.
Yeah.
What else were we missing?
Helmet stickers.
Stickers. Yep. The stickers were huge.
Oh, I love the matching. I love the matching.
Like the actual face mask.
Listen, the matching bags. Everybody has their own bag. Always have their number on or whatever. I love when you're a good team. Everybody in school, whatever, might not be. You got the fucking varsity jacket walking around. You have the even though ours sucked, it's still cool. Varsity jacket's still cool.
So I'll throw out there the face masks, depending on what kind of face mask it was. That made a huge fucking difference.
Rob, you want to know what face mask I had every year?
Probably a full cage, half cage.
Had, because he was my favorite player, I had the Jonathan Vilma. Remember Vilma's with but he had the extender.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Right over the eye. Yeah.
I would say another one to put in here that is tape. Tape in general.
Tape.
You would use tape, man, and just like
everything.
Just tape it. Just fucking put tape on it.
Our coach.
Hey, coach, I think my hand is bruised. Put tape on it. No, it's just bruised. Hey, coach, my finger's bleeding. Just put tape on it. Coach, I think I have pen marks on my – just put fucking tape on it.
I had
tape our gloves shut.
Oh, yeah, there you go. For the lineman,
anytime, because
the shit would cut people.
For the longest time before games, you'd actually have to show that your gloves were real, like the tag in there. But after a while, they just made you tape them shut.
Yeah.
I I had a broken wrist my junior year, and they took a freaking foam pad, put it around my wrist, and just taped the shit out of me.
Yep.
So I was playing with a broke wrist.
So our receivers coach or whatever, our receiver secondary coach was the dad of the varsity quarterback. But before we were juniors, he was 2 years younger or 2 years older than us. Anyway, he was our coach afterwards. Fine. Dude would throw fucking bullets at you in practice because his son came by. Honestly, all they would do is just lasers from like 5 yards away. And I'm like, Coach, that's not even like we're not even past the line of scrimmage if we're like behind linemen, right? But it doesn't matter. Push, catch it. He broke a kid's finger in practice. Of course he did.
Tape
and tape it. What do you think his answer was? Get back in line. Just tape it first. Done.
Something that came out after me would have been awesome. The linemen all having the knee braces. All of the linemen having the knee braces.
That's so funny because that's another one that I had on my list that obviously I didn't have to worry about. But it was like
I don't think they had that when I played.
Well, in high school it wasn't a thing, but when I got to college, like every lineman had knee braces. I was like, yo, what the fuck happened to all your knees? and they were like, nah, we just wear this shit. I'm like, all right.
I'm just from the country. If we needed knee braces, you just kind of fucking put some sticks together and tape it.
Yeah,
of course.
I was gonna say, like, I don't know if you could tell in the camera, my fingers are all fucked up. They're all crooked.
Yeah, you look like a receiver.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah, you can see the bend. And I play piano and shit too, so it wasn't like good for me. This is more important. Sorry,
I
Mom.
think we nailed almost every. Guys, did we hit everything? Oh, whistles for the coaches. You gotta have whistles.
But it has to be a shiny whistle.
I don't know if coaches still have whistles, but you have to have whistles.
Oh yeah. Fuck, they still have whistles. They still have whistles everywhere for
Mouth
everything.
guards, but not the ones that they give you. You got to go out and buy like the good ones.
The double decker. Yeah.
Listen, there was not a better feeling. I'm sorry, but I go through probably 10 mouthpieces a season because I just like boiling them and biting down on them. I don't know why. It's a good feeling.
So I know this is getting like we're kind of getting away. We overrode this thing by the high school experience and kind of got away from college a little bit. But one thing that I always appreciated being from a cold climate, our coaches were the toughest motherfuckers. They all wore shorts.
Yeah,
it did not matter. Like that was their thing. They wore shorts
and polos.
Every freaking game.
Shorts and a polo. That's it.
And dude, I'm talking about our section championship game. No, I'm sorry. It was the first round of states after we won sectionals our junior year. That game, it was 15 degrees. It was too cold to snow. It was
for our Florida viewers, that's a real thing.
Yes. And these dudes were wearing shorts. So
we also didn't know that they were packing huge lips and
we knew it.
And had more beer than we had at our party just in their back of their car. Shout out John Rusin and Jason Semo. Hashtag. Speaking of Semo, watch out.
Yes.
Aiden Semo is going to be an absolute stud somewhere. He's playing at Rabone Gap in Georgia. Talk about a quarterback and a lineage. Listen, toughest motherfucker I ever met was Jason Semo. Biggest prick I ever met was Jason Semo. Best coach I ever had in my entire life, pushed me farther than anybody in my entire life, is Jason Semo. And the spawn of him and his wife, who was a fucking better athlete than he was. This kid is going to be a fucking stud in college football next year. Just saying.
Yep.
Just saying.
Right on.
So we'd love to have you on, Aiden.
Come on. I can get him on.
All right, then let's do it. So at this point, guys, we're going to actually wrap it up. But, I mean, Johnny, unless you have something to add to
I thought this was a very fun draft. I'm glad we did this draft. This is literally called the JC Hollywood draft because the kid okay, I'm not homo. He's my best friend. Everybody. The kid looked like a fucking, like Matthew McConaughey at the Oscars in his football jersey. He looked amazing. Like I said, I wore a cutoff shirt and my pads. I couldn't pull anything off.
Totally different time, totally different person. I still got the same jeans from like 10 years ago now. That's just totally different times, man.
But like Prime Time said, If you look good, you feel good. If you feel good,
right.
you play good. If you play good, you get paid good. If you get paid good, you live good. If you live good, you die good.
He's done most of those things, not the last part, but everything else. Words to live by. All right, TA, do you want to do a call out?
He's
What?
All right, I can do it for you. So right next to TA, right,
Oh,
he said,
wow. I'm space case today. Fuck.
yeah, he is right next to TA up in the corner there.
That thing. Iron Ostrich Network. This show's part of the network. My show, The Anomalies, are part of the network, and Off the Rails with Tone and Gems are on the network. Please visit us at Iron Ostrich HQ on Twitter. We're gonna get these boys set up on for audio here. Hopefully, see you soon. So, yep. No special guests yet.
Let's go.
All right. I'll go and then we'll let Hollywood close it out. So as always, I can't even say it with a straight face, man. All right. So as always, the graphics for the show brought to you by Cosmic Dino Design. Going out there, kicking ass and taking names and potentially, I guess, eating smaller dinosaurs. I don't fucking know. Anyway, look for the purple T-Rex. If you on the internet, you know you're at the right place. Let us know what you want to do and we'll make it happen and we'll make it look better than you could possibly dream of. That'll include TA when we figure out the new intro for the show. He's going to look better than even he could possibly dream of when we make it happen. And yeah, we'll keep it rolling. So, all right, go ahead, JC.
So we just got, I say we, so Outback Buck Shack, American-made products for American-made, American traditions. We had the wildest thing happen this week for us. We have some huge news coming. So you guys make sure you're following
Cliffhanger.
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. It is a cliffhanger, but this is huge. When it comes to the outdoor industry, it does not get much better than this.
You got Ranella?
No.
I finally get sent a hat.
Y'all want some gear. Y'all want some gear. That's what I'm talking about.
We're all about the free merch, bud.
So stay tuned.
I said that as a joke, but I'll keep it running. You know?
Like I said, man, stay tuned because this is big, and I'm pumped to put it out there. So you never know when some old connections may come back in and present some good opportunities. Anyway, Outback Buck Shack, outbackbuckshack.com. Go get you some gear.
Awesome.
I am your favorite. I am your wife's favorite gambler. I'm your girlfriend's favorite bookie. I am 25, 18, and 1, the greatest gambler on the internet, on Twitter, on the universe, on YouTube. I am talent. I am skilled. I will go 6-0. I am literally the entire reason why you watch this podcast, and we're getting slowly better and bigger. It's okay because going is growing and growing is going. That's my new saying. I had it this week. Just came up with it. 25, 18, and 1. We're gonna go 6-0 this week on Units Only Go Up on Friday. Follow me, Twitter me, DM me. It's all good, baby. Hit me up in the DMs. I see you. What's up? Remember, Units Only Go Up. We're only going up. We're going to the moon. Everybody here is going to the moon. We're all going to be retired on the beach watching college football, and then we're going to go hunting on the moon. Love you guys. And remember, always keep it
Spiked.
spiked.
Boom. There it is, Ty.